evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to Rockingham with the BRR Cup Series. Tonight, the Cup Series is being brought to you by Jeff Hinkle. So, huge shout out to Jeff, but we've got a lot to cover tonight. Obviously, last week at Homestead, as AJ goes around, we'll go see if we can take a look at Mr. Hinkle. As last week at Homestead shook the points up in a big way. David Garman ended up retiring early, sending him back from a top 3 position all the way back to 11th place. Kyle Holden with the win moved up into second, just 2 points behind AJ Godsey. Kellen moved up into third, 7 points behind. Jeff Hinkle is in fourth, 8 points behind, and Jared Heasley is now in the top 5, just 14 points behind. So a lot of different changes in the point standings. You can, of course, go look at the points at brrpoints.com. As we watch the 23 of Jeff Hinkle go turning some laps here in just a few minutes, we will be talking live with Mr. Hinkle tonight. Currently 12th on the speed chart, but being the fastest is not going to be the best here at Rockingham because this track is extremely hard on tires. As we saw last night in the truck series, tires make a huge difference. Being able to be fast enough to stay with the lead pack and save some tires is extremely important. And this track gets really dicey off turn 2 as you see the 11 car sliding around up there. That is Aiden the Kid Trevette in the 11 car. Looked like he was struggling coming off turn 2. It can get a bit dicey as you watch Kevin Reed and Jeff Hinkle come through side by side. Once those tires start wearing off, you're sliding through the corners, and everybody said the same thing. They will not run a full fuel load here. They can go 80, 85 laps on a tank of fuel, but nobody's expecting to go that distance. So while we're watching Jeff and everybody go around the track, just a reminder to go check out our YouTube, Facebook, and Twitch. We are live on both Facebook and Twitch right now, and the video will be on YouTube later tonight, just the race only video. As well as check out BRR Motorsports on Facebook. That is where the truck series is broadcast from on Saturday nights. Huge shout out to those guys, AJ Godsey, David Garman, and Jared Heasley. The 3 of them broadcast last night, did an excellent job. Had a great race and great announcers in the booth, so we're really glad to have that working now as well. So we will have more of the truck series coming to you every Saturday night. Plus you can tune in to see my in-car view right here. Oh, we've got one loose right behind Hinkle. Trying to see what car that is. Cannot quite tell. That is the 47. That is Kellen Mitchner. And Kellen's had a rough weekend. He's had some problems with his graphics card, and his computer just got everything up and running, and he's got a new paint scheme for tonight, which is really cool. But Kellen managed to get his new graphics card and his computer get up and running just in time to make this race, so great job to him. And currently, AJ Godsey is second on the speed chart, but Kyle Holden in the 18 is first on the speed charts and just 2 points behind in the standings. So the race for points really tightened up last week. Looking forward to seeing the outcome of tonight. We'll take a quick breath here while we watch these guys turn some laps, and here in just a moment we will be talking to race sponsor and the 4th place car in the points tonight. Coming into this race, that is Jeff Hinkle in the 23 car. right, looks like Jeff finally came to pit road for us. So let's see if we can pull Mr. Hinkle in and talk to him. I had him found a few minutes ago, and now I lost him again. There he is. Hey, Jeff, this is Doug in the booth. You got me?
1892 on that set. Yeah, hello.
Hey, Jeff.
Sorry about that. I was in the middle of talking to those guys.
Well, I saw you hit pit road. Didn't want to interrupt your practice session, but you're running mid-pack right now, but you're currently 4th in points for the season. Moved up quite a bit. You got a strategy for tonight?
Survive. I want to qualify good, and then try to keep that track position the whole race. I think that's going to be key here. I don't want to get back in the back and try to struggle with moving my way back through. So I hope to be up front, and or not necessarily up front, but up towards the front.
Now, I know you guys can do about 80, maybe 85 laps on a tank of fuel. Do you see anybody trying to stretch their tires that long?
I will not be doing that. Those tires are really rough. About 30 laps they're not fun, and 40 laps they're really bad. So maybe somebody will try that, but I think we're going to have enough cautions. I foresee early cautions at the first part. A few cautions at the first part of the race, and then a long green flag in the middle, and then a couple cautions at the end is what I'm guessing. So that's what I'm tentatively planning for.
Awesome. Well, you are tonight's race sponsor. We thank you for that. Anybody you want to give a shout out to while we got you?
Nope, I think I'm good. Well, I say hi to my dad. I know my dad watches each one of these things, each one of your broadcasts, so I'll say hi to him.
Awesome. Okay. And just remember, the 1911 is a far superior sidearm.
All right, I'll let you get away with that one right now, Doug.
All right, thanks, Jeff. I'll put you back, and good luck tonight, buddy.
All right, thanks, Doug.
All right, that was Jeff Hinkle, tonight's race sponsor, currently running 4th in points. And yeah, that was a little joke we had running earlier today about the 1911 versus the M18 and M17 sidearms. So glad I got to work that joke in there. All right, just 4 minutes left of qualifying. As you heard him say, 30 laps, tires get really gross. 40 laps, they become bordering on undrivable. Some of these guys, like a Harley Barletta, might be able to stretch it a little bit further. There's Harley. He's only been out for about 20 laps on this run, though. And I can tell you that even though they can make it 80, 85 laps, there's only 1 or 2 guys in this field I would think would even attempt it in a 140-lap race. It is 140 laps. They only have 4 sets of tires. So that will come into the tire strategy, is going to come into play as you see Harley start to duck down pit road. The tire strategy will come into play tonight. This Rockingham is just over a mile at 1.017 miles. The banking is 22 degrees in 1 and 2, 25 degrees in 3 and 4. That means that this track is different on both ends. The radius of both corners are different, the banking is different, and the way you attack them is different. This is one of those tracks where these guys are going speedway speeds, but they're having to use the brakes into the turns to get the nose set, to slow up a little bit so they don't drift up into the wall. As you see, the one car, I believe that was Richie West, was sitting on the inside wall there. So these guys will braking coming into turn 1, a little bit less coming into turn 3, but they will, as the tire run goes on, they will be using more brakes. They will have to be a little bit more careful, play it a little bit more safe. That is the 73 of Topher Baltimore. Sliding to the inside wall. Sorry, Topher, I just timed that just right. As some of these guys go flying by him. As they wrap up practice, you see some of these guys are starting to move up. You got JJ Parr up into 5th, currently on the speed charts. Let's just run down that. Kyle Holden is the fastest, but not by much. AJ Godsey, is just 1/100th of a second behind. David Garman's back there, another 800ths of a second behind. JJ Parr, Aiden Trevette, both within just a 10th of a second. Then you got Zach Henson, Kevin Reed, Jason Rome, Harley Barletta, Jared Heasley, Kellen Mitchner, Matt Johnson, Richie West currently 13th, Jeff Hinkle 14th, Topher 15th. And Cheryl Newen back there in the 8, she's in 16th. Brian Oshinska, I'm going to get that right every time tonight. Brian Oshinska is 17th. Bill Percy back in 18th. Rick Sargent 19th. Mike Smith is 20th. And Larry Ashby and Nicole Creasel round out the field. Although both of those people, Nicole and Larry, they're the kind that will save tires and make it last the duration. So I would fully expect to see one or both of them anytime soon up at the front. As Richie's trying to get in the last few laps he can of qualifying before we get started here. Would encourage you to go check out BRRpoints.com and the BRR Motorsports Facebook page, especially if you're looking for somewhere new to race. We do a lot of just goofing off fun races on Friday nights. Saturday nights we have the truck and the high speed series. That's high bank tracks, Daytona, Talladega. Last night we did the Monza Oval. That was hilarious. And then we also move on to and we change up the cars every week. So it's something different every week. It's definitely exciting. It's a lot of fun to run with. All right. Practice is over. Qualifying will start here in just a moment. We will ride along with, follow AJ Godsey around. Actually, we will see who gets on track first. Looks like it's going to be Richie West, so we'll follow Richie for a minute. AJ usually qualifies right at the last minute. And Richie starts his first flying lap here. Richie currently a little bit behind. It looks like David Garman seems to be the fastest so far on track. We'll see how that plays out. Bill Percy's a bit faster, and AJ made it out and currently has the fastest time. There goes Mr. AJ, finishing up his second lap. Hop around and see who else we can get a shot of once he completes it. We'll see if he manages to maintain the pole. Yes, he does. He's got David Garman. And it looks like the 23 may already be done. That is Jeff Hinkle, race sponsor for tonight. And it looks like he is done. He's going to come in third place as of right now. Looks like just about everybody's qualified now. We'll wait for the last few to come in, but it looks like we've got most of the field qualified. We'll start running down that qualifying order here in just a moment. While we're waiting on that, we'll tell you tomorrow night we will have the Outcast Dirt League. Their 305 start at 8:30 Eastern. The 358 start at 10 Eastern. We'll be broadcasting both of those. Tuesday night we will have XCal again, 7:30 Eastern. And that was a ton of fun to broadcast and quite hilarious as well. And Wednesday night we'll have the Northeast Racers at 7:30 Eastern, followed by the Outcast SR8 boys at 9 Eastern. So exciting week, and don't forget to check the Facebook page. Midday around lunchtime tomorrow we will have the HTSAI podcast out, which will have the iRacing schedule for the week. So if you're looking to find out what track, what series runs what track on any given week, you can check that podcast out on Monday, and you'll be ready for the changeover Monday night. looks like... All right, qualifying is about done. So right now we've got AJ Godsey and David Garman on the front row, Jeff Hinkle and Jason Rome on the second row, Kyle Holden and Kellen Mitchner 5th and 6th, Aiden Trevette, Stephen Gibson, Kevin Reed, and Harley Barletta round out your top 10. 11th is Zach Henson, then JJ Pard, Jared Heasley back in 13th, Matt Johnston 14th, Topher Baltimore 15th, Bill Percy 16th, Rick Sargent 17th, 18th is Mike Smith, 19th is the 44 there, Brian Oshinska, 20th is Richie West, 21st is Nicole Creasel. I do believe we are still waiting on a time from Cheryl and Larry. I'm not seeing either of them on. We will see here in a moment, but I believe those are the last two left to get out there, and with 37 seconds left, I don't see the qualifying order changing a whole lot. As always, share the, obviously a lot of people watching the Super Bowl tonight, but a lot of people don't want to watch that, and this will give them something better to watch. So share the video with your friends, share the stream with your friends. Have them come watch, cheer on your favorite driver. If you cheer on your favorite driver, we will try and get a good look at him, maybe even talk to him. All right, let's see. We should be starting to get some cars lining up on track. Yes, there is AJ Godsey to the inside, David Garman to the outside, Jeff Hinkle and Jason Rome. Car to watch tonight, I would expect to be Kyle Holden, that 18 car back there. He's definitely wanting to get up there, get in front of AJ, make up that 2-point deficit, and take the points lead tonight if he can. Waiting for everybody to get lined up. Looks like Larry Ashby and Cheryl Newman. Cheryl starting 22nd. Larry starting 23rd. Larry ran in the truck last night. We had a bit of a rough race, so it'll be interesting to see if he can work his way back to the front tonight. He had a good start to last night's race, but got caught in some bad luck, so we'll see what happens here tonight. And as always, a shout out to the Larry Ashby in the 34. There's Larry. And let's see if we can find Mr. Mike Smith. There's Mike. 2/3 of Boogity Motorsports. The third one is in the broadcast booth. And pace car should be dropping off. We're going to hop into the big overhead view so you guys can see this start and see the dive into turn one. That is going to be exciting. The restarts here are always exciting. It is a mile track. It is essentially a short track that drives like a speedway, and it does make things interesting. They will go on. Green flag is in the air. AJ Godsey gets a little jump. Jeff Hinkle gets slipped back just a little bit. Looked like he missed a shift. We've got one. Looks like the 18 of Kyle Holden was having some problems down on the inside. We stay green. Let's see if we can find Kyle. He is recovered, back on track. Does not look like any damage, but a lot of checking up and moving around in the back. Great job to these guys for not causing any problems while AJ just takes off. He's gone. We'll have to wait and see if David Garman in the 06 right behind him can run him down. Jason Rome slots up into third. Right behind him, Kellen Mitchner in the 47 is fourth. The 21 of Stephen Gibson back there in fifth place. And the 23 of Jeff Hinkle looks like he has gotten going again, but now he has to contend with Harley Barletta. Harley's on a move already. He started 10th, he's up to 7th. Aiden the Kid Trevette right behind him in the 11 car has slipped back one spot. He is in 8th. The 15 of J.J. Parr in 9th. And then they get a little bit of a break. Looks like that shakeup on the restart separated the pack just a little bit, because the 93 of Matt Johnston, as we've got Hinkle up high, he's getting passed by the 11 car. The 93 is falling back. That is Matt Johnston in 10th, Kevin Reed in 11th, and Zach Henson in 12th. They are all sitting back there, a couple of seconds behind the 9th place car. Hop back up to the 55. There is Harley Barletta. He is trying to chase some cars down. But here comes the 11 of Aiden Trevette to the inside in turn 3. Harley goes up. Harley is really good at saving tires at these more abrasive, difficult tracks that are hard on your tires, so I would imagine he is not going to fight too terribly hard this early in the race. Back up front, it is still AJ Gotze. Brian up in the wall. Looked like he was trying to let everybody by, and he just got caught up in the wall. Looks like Brian has some problems. He's already a lap down. We're just 7 laps in. Hopefully he can get that car recovered and get back to the lead lap. Meanwhile, AJ Gotze up at the front has built a 2.2 second lead on the 06 of David Garman. He's got the 81 of Jason Rome right behind him, and Kellen Mitchner. As they start to spread out, we do expect to see at least 1, possibly 2 long green flag runs tonight. And here comes the 11, Aiden the Kid Trevette, on the march to the front. And he's got Harley Barletta right behind him. Harley's going to take any chance he can, grab an extra position. Aiden's opening the hole, and Harley follows him through. They get moved up another position. I do believe that puts Aiden up into 5th, Harley into 6th. And it looks like the 21 of Stephen Gibson might be going backwards just a little bit as the 15 comes flying by, and here comes Jeff Hinkle. Hopefully Stephen can get back up to speed and get back in the fight. Looks like he is struggling early. If you have a favorite driver in the field, drop their name in the chat. We will try and take a look at him. Maybe even talk to him under caution. Since the 23 is our race sponsor, let's ride along with him. What do you say? Oh, caution is out. It might be another one of those. Every time we do that, we get a caution. All right, we talked about it in pre-race. Once these tires start to wear in, they can slip and slide on you. It looks like the 9 of Mike Smith gets spun, just loses grip, slides to the outside wall, holds his line, and lets everybody by, but got into the outside wall, turned down to the inside, and that brought us under our first caution at lap 11. Looks like Mike has minimal damage, so he should be back out. He can. They have 1 fast repair tonight, so hopefully Mike will pull it off. But let's see if we can talk to the young man in the 11 car. Where is that? Let's make sure he doesn't dive down pit road here. He does not. One moment. Hey, Aiden, this is Doug in the booth. You got me?
Gotcha, Doug.
Hey, kid, you started back in 7th, slipped back on the start, and now you're charging to the front. Do you think you got something for that number 5 car up at the front?
Probably not, honestly. I'm just cruising around here, trying to save tires.
Well, you're definitely picking up a spot every couple of laps, and Harley seems to be following you through. Are you guys working together, or is it just sheer luck?
Nah, it's sheer luck right now. I think me and Harley are kind of working together without telling each other we're working together, but everywhere I go, he goes, so.
Well, good luck, buddy. Hopefully you'll be up front. Hopefully somebody has something for that 5 car, because in 10 laps, he opened up a big lead.
Yeah, I noticed there. I couldn't get up there to him, so I didn't know if I had anything to him or not. I couldn't tell.
All right, buddy. Good luck. Hopefully, we'll be talking to you after the race.
All right, appreciate it, Doug.
All right. Does not look like we've got anybody, but Mike Smith is the only one headed to pit road at the moment. Cheering on Harley. JJ sucks. Okay. There's Mr. Barletta. Hey, Harley, this is Doug in the booth. You got me?
How's it going, Doug?
Hey, man. Hey, you've got a cheering section tonight, buddy.
Oh, really? Who's cheering for me?
Larry Barr.
Hey, Dad.
Well, you and the kid there seem to be charging towards the front. Hopefully, you gonna have anything for that 5 car?
I'm not sure yet. Just gotta hunker back and just like try to save tires as best I can. I don't know what's gonna happen here. I didn't get too much practice, so just doing as we can.
Well, not getting much practice is a common theme for your wins, so I wouldn't worry too much.
Thanks, man.
All right, best of luck, buddy.
Thanks, dude. See ya.
See ya. And that is Harley Barletta, and I guess that is Larry Barletta, and I just couldn't read the whole name. My apologies. And that was your grandson you heard in the background, Larry. 1 to green. The 5 car is still leading him around. David Garman in second. Jason Roman third. Kellen is fourth. Aiden fifth. Harley sixth. JJ seventh. Stephen Gibson eighth. Ninth is Jeff Hinkle, and 10th is Matt Johnston. And it looks like Mike Smith was the only one to go to pit road, but Brian Oshinska went to pit road, looks like about 3 laps ago, right before the caution came out. So hopefully he got some repairs done, whatever problem he was having when we saw him being lapped by AJ. Hopefully he's got that worked out and can work his way back to the front. We will hop back into the overhead view and watch this restart. Pace car is in. First restart is on the green, and everything after that's controlled by the leader, and AJ's gone. But oh, we've got a spin right in the front. Caution is out. Caution was out quickly that time. It looked like somebody had a problem. That is another problem with these kind of really abrasive tracks, is that the tires will spin on you and cause you to turn, and it looks like the 81 car, Jason Rome, just got on the gas too hard. Looks like Harley gets clear. The 47's collected, the 93, the 64, and that beautiful 32 car got collected as well. We've got quite a pile up on the front stretch. Taking a look, the 32 took a little bit of damage, it looks like. 81 has a missing his entire front clip. Let's take a look at the 64. Finelli Ironworks machine. He is missing his hood. We can't see Finelli Ironworks right now, Kevin. Need to go get that one fixed, bud. Let's try and see. It looks like Matt Johnston was collected in the 93 as well. He's on pit road. Yep, he is missing his entire front clip. And the 15 of JJ Parr, his name was mentioned a few minutes ago in the chat. He is up to 4th from 12th. So JJ's charging to the front tonight. We will see if these leaders come in. They've got 18 laps on their tires. They've got the set they start on, 3 additional. Don't know why I put my notes up, but I did. So, yep. Yeah, 4 total tire sets for 140 laps. So these guys are going to have to stretch them to about lap 35 or so. As Mike Smith is getting his lap back, that will give the next lucky dog to Brian. Hopefully he'll be able to get back around to the front. Let's see if everybody starts going down pit road. No, they're not. All right, let's see if we can talk to JJ Parr. Hey, JJ, this is Doug in the booth. You got me?
Yes, sir. What's up, man?
Hey, dude, you started 12th and you're already up to 4th. Are you the one that's going to be able to defeat the 5-car tonight?
Oh, we'll see. I got lucky and did it Thursday in a practice race. We'll see. It's get hard to pass after your tires wear off. I mean, he's pretty quick, anyway. So at least I'm up here.
Hey, that is a big plus. Be careful on the restart. Looks like the 81's tires just spun like crazy when when they restarted.
I told Aiden, I was like, watch out, in case anything happens, and bam. So Harley and I barely made it through that one.
Yeah, but that was some definitely some skilled driving from both of you. Well, congratulations on making it through and the 8 position gain already. Hopefully you can get up there and make AJ work for it tonight.
All right, buddy. Sounds good. Let's go do it.
All right, good luck, bud. All right, that was the 15 of JJ Parr. I will try and get that message to JJ in a few minutes. 1 lap to green. Sorry, I didn't see that earlier, Chris. Alrighty. And that shakes up the top 10 a little bit. AJ is first, David is second, Aiden third, JJ is fourth, Harley is fifth, Steven Gibson moves up to 6th, Jeff Hinkle was 7th, Zach Henson is in 8th. He picked up a few positions. Kyle Holden back up to 9th. He had slipped back quite a ways. Bill Percy in the top 10. Good job, Bill. And it looks like several cars went to pit road and used their fast repairs. It looks like we had Jared Heasley, Kellen Mitchner, Matt Johnson, Jason Rome, Mike Smith, all on pit road getting the necessary repairs. Mike Smith was in the last caution. Pace car is off. AJ's going to lead him down. Green flag is in the air. Nobody spins the tires. Everybody took it a little bit easier that time around, and they break away to a single file line in the top 6. As they come out of turn 2, AJ's moving away as per normal. And the 15 is back there closing in on the front pack, but here comes the 11 car, Aiden the Kid Trevette. He is hounding down David Garman right on the back bumper going into the turn. Gets a little loose off turn 2, but not giving up the fight yet. He's going to try, cannot get down to the inside into turn 3. And that is giving the 15 to JJ Parr a chance to run up there. Right behind him in 5th is the 55 of Harley Barletta. Steven Gibson is in 6th right now. So he has managed to recover a little bit from his earlier struggles. Zach Henson in the 24 car on the move, started 11th. He is up to 7th right now, picking them off one at a time. Jeff Hinkle has fallen back to 8th. I would not expect that to stand very long. The 18 of Kyle Holden is back there in 9th, and right behind him, there is the 95 of Bill Percy. Up in 10th. Cheryl Newman started in 22nd. She is currently up to 13th. She is on a tear with Richie West right in front of her. He started 20th and is up to 12th. Larry Ashby started 23rd. He is now up to 14th. So we've got some of these cars that started in the back and have been patient, been smart. They're working their way forward rather quickly. But at the front, it is still AJ Godsey. Cannot get the lead he had before, though. As the tires start to wear, they are slowing down just a little bit. AJ's about a half a second slower right now than his fastest lap so far. And interesting side note to that is the fastest man on track and the fastest man tonight. That is Jason Rome in the 81 car. He was the fastest on the last lap and has had the fastest lap so far tonight. And he's been consistently faster as he's trying to work his way back towards the front. Up front, AJ is starting to build that lead just a little bit on David Garman. He's up to about 1.2 seconds, and as the 11 falls off the back of David Garman just a little bit, here comes JJ Parr. JJ starting to look to the inside of the kid. Aiden jumps up high, lets a 15 by. You heard him say he wanted to save some tires. Smart move on his part, not trying to battle that 15 car. Just looking over the lap times, last lap. Watch him on the next time by because he was passing on that last lap, but it looked like several of the last few laps he was actually faster than David and AJ on the older tires. He is right in step with JJ is right in step with David and AJ, and as they work through lap traffic, it'll be interesting to see who gets affected the most by that. As they come around the 93 up in the wall, just couldn't hold on to it there, trying to get out of the way. That was the 93 of Matt Johnston doing his best to stay out of the way. Good job, Matt. Looked like he still had a bit of damage. The 06 of David Garman is closed right back up to the back bumper of the 5 car. So AJ is being chased down by David now. He's got him right there on the back bumper as they work through the traffic. And the 15 is taking advantage of that as well. He was faster than both of them on the last lap. He was fast. And he continues to be faster than the both of them. Hopefully JJ can get up there and at least give AJ a run for his money, but it looks like David Garman is going to be doing that for now. But it looks like AJ is just starting to run away from David again. Looks like he might have been saving his tires and just playing with David there for a second. Back and forth, the 55 of Harley Barletta. Looks like he is slowed down a bit more than everybody else. I'm worried he might have burned his tires up a little bit too much. Fastest last lap, though. That man in the 23, the red and white car back there, that is Jeff Hinkle. Oh, as the 93 gets tight and bounces off the wall, the 23 was the fastest on track last lap. And he is starting to run some of these guys down. Kyle Holden, second in points, right in front of him. Jeff is just 6 points behind Kyle in the standings, 8 points behind AJ. And he is starting to run this pack down with the 18. Let's see who is in that pack. You got the 18, the 24, and the 21. As the 24 is making a move. Looks like Zach is trying to take that position. Got in a little too hot into turns 1 and 2. Almost clipped the wall there and gives Kyle Holden the opportunity to advance his position. Jeff Hinkle takes advantage as well. Looks like the 24 is struggling just a little bit right now. They've been out there for 39 laps on these tires. Some of these guys, we heard Jeff say in the pre-race that after about 30 laps, the tires really start to go away. After about 40 laps, you're just holding on to the thing. Same played out in the trucks last night, so we will see how this plays out with these guys. $40 laps in, 100 laps to go. And let's try this again. When they get around to the front straightaway, we're going to hop in the 18 car. That is Kyle Holden. And go for a ride around Rockingham. You can see what 24 seconds looks like. Here they come. Start finish line is right there. A little bit out of position, not dead center. They have to get on the brakes a little bit going into turn 1. Really careful, hold that line, and then drift up high coming off, but not too high because you will scrape the wall as the 11 car just did. Back on the brakes getting into turn 3. Jeff Hinkle manages to, Kyle Holden takes the position from the 11 car and is now going to try and run down the 21 of Stephen Gibson again. That was one lap of Rockingham. Oh, caution's going to be out. And we got to see it right in front of us. Let's watch the replay, though. All right, looks like Mike just got tight on those old tires, spun down, and collected the 21 of Stephen Gibson. That's what brought the caution out this time. It looked like Stephen might have gotten through with minimal damage. He had time to get on the brakes and hopefully get that car back up there, as we saw. And we're going to see everybody on pit road this time. AJ Godsey, David Garman, and everybody else behind them. Even these guys that pitted about 20 laps ago, we're probably going to see them. Looks like Nicole Kriesel is staying out right now. And 93 is going to get the lucky dog. He's going to come around. And we will see who is first off pit road and maybe try and talk to one of these guys. All right, let's see if we can talk to that 5 car. Hey, AJ, this is Doug in the booth. You got me?
Yeah, I got you.
Hey, man. So it looked like David Garman was gaining on you, and then you went to 4th gear. Have you been running in 3rd gear the whole time?
No, I was just trying to save and maintain my tires as much as possible. The closer Dave got to me, the more I pushed.
Well, you definitely have managed to open up a gap multiple times. So is there anybody back there that's closing up toward the front you're worried about right now?
JJ's been fast all week in practice, so he's definitely one to watch. And Kyle, he'll make his way up here yet.
Yeah, he has slipped his way back up into 6th place, so you better keep an eye out for that one.
I always got my eye on Kyle. He's always fast.
All right, man. Best of luck to you.
Okay.
All right, that was the number 5 of AJ Godsey. And you see these guys warming their tires just a little bit. 45 laps into the race. And it looks like the only car that did not stop is at 73 right there in front. That is Topher Baltimore. He's only been out there for about 14 laps. But he looks like 7 laps down, was possibly involved in the earlier incident. Don't remember him being involved, but he may have been. That's going to put him in 23rd at the moment. He's going to get waved around. Looks like Mike Smith is still on pit road as we get the 1 to green. Yeah, I do believe he had to use his fast repair earlier, so he may be having to wait out some additional repairs. Here they come through turns 3 and 4, getting ready to drop the green flag. We will see if anybody really has anything for AJ tonight. He has been tough on these tracks like Rockingham, Darlington, Atlanta. He's really good at being fast and saving his tires, but you heard him say JJ and Kyle are the two he is going to be watching closely. Green flag is in the air. And David Garman gets a little bit better start on the outside, but manages to slide down into second as AJ starts to run away with him. 15 of JJ Parr in third place, followed by the 55 of Harley Barletta. Caution is out again. All right, took a minute to find where that one started. And it looks like that beautiful 32 car just got a little bump from the 20 up into the wall and collected the one. Several others, looks like the 95 of Bill Percy, the 64 Kevin Reed, and several other cars got collected in that incident, bringing us under caution again. All right, and there we are. See several cars going back down pit road. It looks like the 32 might. He's got some right front damage and some nose damage. He's probably going to have to go to pit road for a repair. We will see how it plays out. Looks like the 47 of Kellen Mitchner is on pit road. And Matt Johnston, the 93, we saw him duck down there. The 20 of Rick Sargent also on pit road. Rick and the 32 were the two that got together. All right, let's see if we can talk to the 06 of David Garman there. Make sure he doesn't try and duck down pit road on me. Hey, David, this is Doug in the booth. You got me?
What is up, Doug?
Hey, man. So you've been right behind AJ all night, and you've been really strong, but you just can't seem to keep up with him. You going to saving something for later in the race, I hope?
We'll see. I mean, I'm trying to learn from him back here and just follow him around. I learned a little bit on the end of that long run we had a little bit ago for the caution, so we'll see what we can do here towards the end of the race. But right now, I'm content just following and just staying off the wall and trying to get to the finish line, really.
Yeah, and it looked like you were a little bit faster on the long run than AJ was, so hopefully this thing will stay green and you can take advantage of that.
See what happens.
All right, man. Best of luck to you.
We'll see you later, Doug.
All right, that was the driver of the 06. David Garman. Looks like the number 95 of Bill Percy is back out on track. We'll see. He's missing the entire front clip. The 32 has substantial damage. It is a beautiful car regardless, but Richie West was involved in that as well. He got caught, but looks like he got away fairly clean. There is Cheryl Newman and the Cornflakes car. She managed to drive through that one completely clean, and she is on a tear tonight. As we get the 1 to green, she's up to 13th from 23rd and maintaining that position pretty well. Right in front of her, the 34 of Larry Ashby Cheryl started 22nd, Larry started 23rd. Larry's up to 12th. 64 of Kevin Reed in the Finelli Ironworks car. He has still got a little bit of damage, but not too terribly bad. He might be okay. We will see how it plays out. Pace car is in. AJ Godsey leads him down. Gets a good jump on this restart. Gets a huge jump on this restart. That's the best restart he's gotten all night. As the front three slide in together, the battle is back for fourth. AJ manages, Harley Barletta in the 55 slides back into fourth. Single file, he's got Aiden the Kid Trevette right behind him, and the one to worry, AJ said he was worried about the most there is the 18 of Kyle Holden in sixth place. This front pack is already starting to break away a little bit from the 18 back to the 23. Over a second difference between the two. But the 23 is going to come charging to the front. Back up front, David Garman said he was content, but looked like he was looking for a line around there for a minute. He's got the 55 or the 15 of the 15 of JJ Parr right behind him. And JJ, it looks like he's about to have his hands full of a Kodak car. And these guys all better get going because the 18 is a-coming. But last lap by AJ Godsey, not only the fastest lap at that point, that was the fastest lap of the race so far, 22.737. Extremely fast lap out of AJ. And opening the gap up, you heard him say he would open up a gap and then take it easy on the tires. We'll see how far out he runs before he starts taking it easy again and the 06 can catch back up. Back here, there's the 21 of Stephen Gibson in 8th place. You got 7th, 8th, 9th, and 10th in that second pack. Just a couple of seconds, but 2 seconds, a little over 2 seconds back from the top pack, the 1st through 6th cars. And looks like everybody is playing nice right now. The 23 and the 21 are starting to run away from Jason Rome in the 81 just a bit. And Jason's got the 24 of Zach Henson here. And the 81 of Jason Rome looking to the inside of Stephen Gibson. Drifts up just a little bit. Gave him a little bit of a love tap, it looked like. Gets out of turn 2 clean and takes the position. Just outside of the top 10 there is Kevin Reed in the number 64 car. I forgot to check Kevin's position, but in the points. But he is always a contender in the championships the last couple of seasons. And just looking on BRRpoints.com, I see Kevin Reed back in 14th. He's Matt Johnston, Zach Henson, just a couple of points in front of him. And David Garman slipped back to 11th after last week's race, so you know he is doing everything he can tonight to regain some of those points and some of those positions. And the 5 car of AJ Godsey continues to lay down some really fast laps right now, but he is starting to come up on some lap traffic right up in front of him. You've got the 6 of Nicole Kriesel. Looks like Nicole is struggling a little bit here tonight. Do expect to see her up towards the front later in the season. We've seen her come charging hard through the field a couple of times at a couple different races this season, so I do expect to see her up battling for some wins before this season is out. As this second pack comes flying by, that is the 23, and the 21 is making a move as Stephen Gibson back under Jason Rome. Stephen did the same thing. He just drifted up a little bit. Fortunately, he managed to get away with it. And he is starting to run down the 23 of Jeff Hinkle. Jeff's had it pretty easy there at the front with those two battling back there, but now he's about to have his hands full with Stephen Gibson coming Stephen Gibson in 8th, trying to make a move on 7th, and Zach Henson right behind there. He's not going to let either one of them take it easy. He is coming as well. He was right on the back bumper of the 21 just a second ago. Let's see if he can get that 24 Valvoline car around these two while they're battling. Looks like he is taking a high line through 1 and 2. A lot of times you can take that high line and get that run off. It is a little harder on your tires, but if you've got to make a position and they are running up high, that's the, or they're running the bottom line, that is the way to do it. And caution is out. All right, looks like this one will be a single car accident. We'll watch. That is the 6 of Nicole Creasel. She grabs the outside wall. We've seen that happen a lot tonight. She gets on the binders, holds it down low, but just enough to bring out the caution. And that has been the common theme. Both of Mike Smith and the 9 cars accidents was hitting the outside of turn 2. All right, at 67 laps in, they've all been out there for about 24, 25 laps. We'll see how many come down pit road. None of the leaders do. And let's see if we can talk to Jared Ricky Bobby Heasley. Hey, Jared, this is Doug in the booth. You got me?
Yeah, what's up, Doug?
Hey, you've had a rough go tonight. The car's looking a bit rough. Have you already used your fast repair?
Yeah, we're not looking too hot currently. We used fast repair in the big scuffle we have, and now we have 2 minutes of optional repairs. So we're not in good shape.
Well, you moved up in the points to 5th tonight. At this point, is it just trying to salvage some points out of tonight?
Yeah, I guess so. It's kind of sucks, but whatever.
All right, man. Best of luck. Hope you can get that car back to the front, buddy.
Yeah, we'll try.
All right, that was Jared Heasley. As you can hear, he's had a rough night. I hate to see it for that particular car since it's based off my paint scheme. But hopefully he can get enough repairs, get back in the fight before this thing is all said and done. Hey, JJ, this is Doug in the booth again. You got me?
Yes, sir. What's up, man?
Hey, I am just to relay a message to you.
Yeah?
Green Bay is smelly cheese.
Yeah. That's why we didn't even turn tonight on. Yep. They should have televised us, Doug, not what's going on elsewhere.
Yeah, I hear you. All right, buddy. Well, best of luck to you. I was just making sure I got that message relayed to you, buddy.
All right, man.
Good luck.
All right, thank you.
All right, there you go, Chris. Everybody gets a good laugh under caution. That is always a good thing. A lot of these guys in the group, if it's going bad, will start cracking jokes just to lighten the mood, especially when people are starting to get a little cranky over what is happening on track. So, always good to throw a little something fun in there. All right, 1 to green. Everybody's been out there for at least 22 laps. This front, let's see, about 13, 14, 15 cars have been out there for 26, 27 laps. So, and most of that has been under green. So we will see how their tires are affected. We're right at the halfway point. They all have about 2 to 3 sets of tires left, depending We will see how this plays out. Tire strategy is definitely going to come into play tonight, and could be the deciding factor of this race. Obviously, AJ Godsey's trying to save as much tire as he can. He knows he's got a fast hot rod there. Pace car's in. AJ can go when he is ready, and he's ready now. Green flag is in the air. AJ is gone. Gets a good jump on David Garman. Here comes the 15 of JJ Parr, and Kyle Holden slots in fourth. Kyle's worked his way up to fourth. Harley back in fifth. As we come around to complete the halfway lap. And currently the 5 car, AJ Godsey, he is back out front, starting to build that lead yet again on the 06 of David Garman. Looks like the 95 of Bill Percy might have used his fast repair earlier, because he is still out there without a hood and falling back. He was up to 10th, now 10 laps down. Shame to see that. He was trying to recover quite a bit, and you see the 95 and the 32 go into the wall. Both of them managed to recover, but neither one of them wanted to have that issue. Here comes the 32 to the inside of the 95. Jared Heasley currently being scored in, looks like 18th position, 2 laps down, just trying to fight his way back. Next car up for him is going to be the 44, but he is 2 laps ahead, so it's going to be hard. As you heard Jared say, he's going to try and recover some points, but we will see how the night plays out. There is the 44 of Brian Oshinska. Right in front of him is the 73 Topher Baltimore. And in front of him in 16th place is Larry Ashby. Larry's will be coming to the front. He is one of the best at saving these tires. I would expect to see some extremely fast old tire lap times from Larry as he drives around in his Christy Mays restaurant car. Christy Mays is a restaurant in Albuquerque, New Mexico. If you get the chance and you're in Albuquerque, go check them out. Tell Larry Doug sent you. There is Cheryl Newman coming forward tonight. Started in 22nd, up to 15th. Richie West right in front of her in 14th position. He started in 20th. Rick Sargent, we saw him involved in the incident with the 32 earlier. He is back up in 13th after starting 17th, and it looks like Kellen's struggling a little bit tonight. I don't think it's still related to the computer problems, but the 47 started in 6th. He is all the way back in 12th right now. 64 Finelli Ironworks car of Kevin Reed back up in 9th place. He's been caught in just about everything, but he's managed to keep that car in one piece tonight by some miracle, because everything's happened literally right in front of Kevin. Although if you're in an ARCA car, Kevin will use the hood as a ramp. Just FYI. Jason Rome up to 10th now. He was up there battling up in the top 5 earlier, got caught in one issue and went backwards. He's starting to work his way back to the front. Right in front of them is Jeff Hinkle. You heard Jeff say he was not going to push it till about the last pit stop, and then he would get on it. So hopefully he'll get the opportunity to get back to the front. Huge shout out to Jeff for sponsoring tonight's race. And to his dad who is watching tonight. Thank you, sir. 21 is Steven Gibson up in 8th place currently, trying to run down the 24 of Zach Henson. Saw Zach and Steven back and forth a little bit earlier. Looks like Zach decided it was going to be him and just took off. But he has to run down the 55 of Harley Barletta. Harley has dropped back into 6th currently. He started in 10th though, so he is still up on the night. And Harley is just outside the top 10 in points, so any positions he can get. I'm sorry, outside the top 5. Harley is sitting 6th in points right now. He was just 2 points behind Jared Heasley, so right now he would take 5th place, and just looking over, he might actually move up a couple of spots, as he is currently in front of Kellen Mitchner as well. Kellen was only, Kellen was about 9 points ahead, so Harley's got a good night going as far as points for sure. And right in front of them is the number 11 of Aiden the Kid Trevette, youngest member of BRR at 17. Now that I think about it, we should look and see if the 17 is in use and make him drive that number, just for fun. Currently running 5th, 4.2 seconds behind the leaders, but don't expect that. He's been pretty fast all night long. He was up there battling with AJ and David Garman earlier in the race. We'll see if he can get back up there. He is currently running down the 15 of JJ Parr, and he's doing a pretty good job of it. He has been faster than JJ the last few laps, but JJ is actually faster than David Garman, the second place car, so he is starting to run some guys down as well. He's running on pace with the third place car of Kyle Holden as well. And there is Kyle Holden and David Garman. Kyle is up in third place. 3.1 seconds behind the leader as they cross the line. And literally right behind David Garman. He started in 5th, is up to 3rd. And coming to the front, and you know he was one of the ones that AJ said he was most worried about. And right now, Kyle is trying to chase down the 06 of David Garman. Kyle has been faster than David the last several laps, so we will see. He will probably close that gap pretty quickly. Varies depending on the end of the track between 2 to 4 tenths of a second difference, so he is starting to close that down just a bit. But the man on the move right now, AJ Godsey in the number 5 car, he is starting to lap more cars. Looks like he is about 3.5 seconds ahead. 51 laps to go, excuse me. And starting to run down the 44 of Brian Oshenska. Brian currently in 17th, and in front of him will be Larry Ashby, Cheryl Newman, Richie West, and Kellen Mitchner. They're all going to be right there fairly close. And looks like all their times, their tires are starting to fall off quite a bit. AJ's managed to save enough. He is going to be coming on very quickly, lapping more of the field. Now with 50 laps to go, if another caution doesn't come out, I would expect to see, they've been out there for 48 laps. They can go about 85 laps on fuel, but I don't see anybody trying to stretch it that far. So at 48 laps, I would imagine within the next 7 to 10 laps, we are going to see some green flag pit stops. That's where things will get very interesting, because the pit road exit is right there on the bottom in turn 2. And as we've seen tonight, if you get loose or even just get tight coming off of turn 2, you smack that outside wall and you start heading down towards that inside wall. There's the pit road exit. There's where they come out. The orange barrels back there, those were the merge point, and if anybody out there on old tires has a problem, they could take out a leader coming off pit road. So things could get very interesting. There is Harley back in 7th currently. Looks like he lost 1 position to the 24 of Zach Henson. That 24 is on a tear right now. He is running laps comparable to the lead cars. Fastest lap last time, though, was the second place car of David Garman. Looked like he looked in his mirror, saw the 18, and thought he'd better get going. And just a quick reminder, don't forget to tune in here we're live on Facebook and Twitch. And don't forget to tune in tomorrow night for the Outcast Dirt Leagues 305 wing sprints at 8:30 Eastern, followed by the 358 mods at 10 Eastern. Tuesday night, we will have the XCal Racing League. That was one heck of a show they put on. We've got some more surprises in store for this week. Tuesday night, XCal 7:30 Eastern, and Wednesday we will have the Northeast Racers at 7:30 Eastern, followed by the Outcast SR8 series at 9 Eastern. And you can tune in throughout the week to see me driving around quite badly. Plus, tomorrow midday we will have the podcast with interesting interviews and the iRacing schedule for the week, so you can find out what races are coming in any particular series you are running. AJ Gotze up front. Looks like he just went around the 73 of Topher Baltimore. Topher is about 10 laps down. He had some problems earlier. Bill Percy also now 10 laps down. Bill is missing a hood. And we're starting to see some green flag pit stops. Some of the guys in the back, looks like Kellen Mitchner, Brian Oshensko, Jared Heasley, Nicole Creasel, and Mike Smith all on pit road. Looks like Mike Smith might be out for the night. I'm not sure on Nicole if she is done for tonight or not. The 32 is on pit road. So I would imagine we are going to see some leaders, but you'll see as AJ comes by, we might get to see one of these guys coming off pit road, and you can see kind of the risk that it takes. You saw the pace car right there. They come out right there, and then they have to merge up on this back straightaway, and this back straightaway isn't exactly wide. So it could get a little dicey here. Let's ride along with AJ for a lap as he is running down some more cars to lap here. And you can see right to his left there, that's where they're coming off pit road. They merge at that blue cone. He is running up on the back bumper of Bill Percy in the 95. Bill has obviously had a bit of a rough night. He's got quite a bit of damage. And there's the 34 of Larry Ashby right in front of him as well. Looks like AJ's about to have his hands full trying to get around this track. Trying to get around this traffic, excuse me. Obviously, AJ is having no problems getting around the track. And even on those 50 or 60 lap old tires, he is still flying by some of these guys. As he runs down the 8 of Cheryl Newman, she is in 14th, so that tells you how many positions he's picked up. And there's the 64 right in front of him. 60. Oh, looked like the 8 just didn't realize he was there and started to come down. She managed to recover after bumping off of him. And here comes the 5 around, Kevin Reed, as well on the back straightaway going into turn 3. Kevin's not going to fight him there. And I would imagine, I cannot see AJ going too much further, but he's going to try and put as many cars lap down. The 55 is on pit road, as well as the 24. Harley Barletta and Zach Henson both currently on pit road. So maybe with those fresher tires they can make up some time. They're going to hope that the cards roll in their favor. Right now, it looks like the top 9 are still out there. You've got AJ, David Garman, Kyle Holden, as you see, car coming off. JJ Parr in 4th, Aiden Trevette in 5th, Jeff Hinkle 6th, Stephen Gibson, Jason Rome, Richie West, and Rick Sargent are the only ones left on the lead lap. They have not pitted yet. But Rick Sargent in the 20 car just there in front of AJ Godsey, and it does not look like he's going to put up a fight at all. AJ goes by him. We will see how long this 5 car can stretch those tires out for. Richie West not far ahead either. There is Richie just about a straightaway in front of the 5 car. Look like the 8 of Cheryl Newman is headed to pit road. Kevin Reed is now on pit road. Kyle Holden in the 18 is on pit road. Starting to see a lot of different pit strategies here. I'm very curious as to when the 5 car is going to come to pit road. We've only got a handful of drivers left out there on their old tires. As AJ comes up to lap the 1 car of Richie West there right in front of him. Hadn't taken a look at Richie's car yet tonight. He's had some really cool paint schemes. Oh, the 1 and the 93 almost get together right in front of the leader. 93 stays high, 1 recovers, and here comes AJ, backed off just a little bit, giving him a little room. And it looks like Richie is running the He-Man paint scheme tonight. And David Garman is on pit road. He gave up 2nd place. He is now on pit road. I would expect to see the 15 of JJ Parr not far behind, and we will see if AJ Godsey tries to stretch this any further. Kevin Reed now on pit road. As we saw him getting lapped just a few laps ago. The 32 of Jared Heasley just pitted a few laps ago. Now he is charging back. Where is Jared? He's up to 16th now. As the pit strategy is playing out, Jared's managed to pick up a few spots. We'll see if he can gain some more time. .29 laps to go. AJ is still on the track. The 15 of JJ Parr is pitting. The 11 of Aiden the Kid Trevette is on pit road as well. Aiden gets a good run into the... I don't think he meant to get quite that off kilter going in. And it looks like the 5 of AJ Godsey is now on pit road. That's going to leave Steven Gibson in the 21 out on track. If he stays out one more lap, he should assume the lead. Jason Rome in the 81. He is back there. Currently scored in 5th, but here comes David Garman around. Here comes the 20 of Rick Sargent as well. The 21 of Steven Gibson takes the lead for the first time tonight, and the 06 is on a run trying to get back towards the front. They are hoping some of this pit strategy plays out. Richie West was the last one left out on tires. He has now hit pit road. Steven Gibson standing. Oh, gets down that apron. You just barely touch that apron with the left sides, and it will send the car squirrely. As you saw him fighting that. Steven Gibson still out there. I stand corrected. 81 and the 21 are both still out on old tires. And the 21 being passed by the 24 of Zach Henson, the 18 of Kyle Holden. But it looks like he's going to stay out and hold that lead just a little bit longer. Going to try and stretch this as far as he can, hoping for a caution, I'd imagine. Only currently 6 cars on the lead lap. Steven Gibson, Jason Rome, David Garman, AJ Godsey, Zach Henson, and Kyle Holden are the only cars on the lead lap. Here comes Harley Barletta in the 55. Steven Gibson's on pit road. He gives up the lead to come to pit road. That will give the lead, I do believe, to Jason Rome. Jason is coming to pit road as well. That should move Harley up to 5th, and I do believe that is going to put the 06 of David Garman in the lead, and not for long. Here comes AJ Godsey to the inside, 24 laps to go. AJ Godsey reclaiming the lead. And that will unlap a few people. Looks like we've got 8 cars on the lead lap. AJ Godsey is leading. David Garman second. Kyle Holden, Zach Henson, Harley Barletta, Aiden Trevette, and JJ Parr. Looks like AJ may open up his lead just a little bit in the points this week. He is currently in first. Kyle Holden is second in points, but he's third on the track. That'll give AJ a couple of points if nothing changes. Zach Henson has been running up towards the front here a lot here recently. Let's take a look at the BRRpoints.com and see where he is at in points currently. Zach Henson currently 12th in points. Several of these drivers, though, in front of him. He is in front of on track. They are in front of him in points, so he might pick up a few spots tonight as well. Looks like Kevin Reed is back on pit road. Not sure what happened there. Let's see if we can get a different angle on him. No. Can't tell what is wrong. He does have substantial damage from the earlier incident, but as the 32 of Jared Heasley is being passed again, let's see, where is the 32 on track? Jared is now up to 15th. He is trying to run down Cheryl Newman and Jason Rome, both a lap ahead of him. But he is managing to recover a few positions after coming into this race 5th in points, just 14 points out of the lead. This will definitely hurt a bit. But going into next week at Chicagoland, it'll going into Chicagoland next week, hopefully he can recover some of that. A lot of these drivers are really, really good. There's several of these guys that are especially good on those 1.5 miles, and it'll be interesting to see what these guys can do. And it will be interesting to see if the points change at all. There's the 23 of Jeff Hinkle. He is currently being scored as the last car on the lead lap in 8th place. And he's got the 5 car of AJ Godsey right behind him, running him down. 16 laps to go. AJ has now opened up a 3-second lead on the 06 car of David Garman. Kyle Holden in third is 8 seconds behind. Zach Henson in fourth. Zach is currently 25 or I think scoring is off on that one. 12 seconds behind. Aiden Trevette right behind him. Aiden currently in 5th. JJ Parr is 6th. And Harley Barletta currently sitting in 7th. Still a good points night for Harley, especially after a rough start to the season and being further back in points. Obviously, he got the win in Atlanta, but had a rough week the next week. "13 laps to go." There goes the 5 car. He is now going to lap Cheryl Newman again. Jeff Hinkle in the 23 just managing to just barely stay ahead of him and stay on that lead lap to the end. I don't think Jeff's going to give up that lap very easily. They've got, looks like, do believe the 95 of Bill Percy. Yep, there's the 95 of Bill Percy right ahead of that group. And he's missing a hood. These guys will not have too much trouble getting around him. Sad to see Bill lose the hood on his car tonight. He had a really good run early on, worked his way up to 10th. But while AJ is stuck behind Hinkle right now, he's not apparently pushing it very much. Looks like David Garman might be closing the gap just a little bit. A tenth of a second here, a tenth of a second there. Not enough to make a difference. And nope. It's not going to be enough to make a difference. 10 laps to go. The 5 car in the lead by 3.6 seconds. Nine to go. Let's hop back here where the 15 car is, since AJ has got a pretty big lead. Looks like the 15 is falling back. The 11 is charging forward. Aiden Trevette. There's the 55 of Harley Barletta. Looks like he might be closing in on Zach Henson just a little bit every lap, but I don't think he's going to have enough time. He's got just over 3 seconds to him. Scooting up here to the 18, that is Kyle Holden in third. Aiden Trevette in fourth is running him down rather quickly at the moment. He's only about a 2-second difference there. And that gap is closing every lap. Aiden Trevette is 0.3 of a second faster every lap. So we may have a battle for third before this is all said and done. 7 laps to go. Nobody seems to be able to catch up to the 5 car, though. David Garman now 3.5 seconds back. And looks like Kevin Reed is back on track in the 64 car, but extensive damage. He is just riding around trying to pick up any positions he can. And there is the leader, AJ Gotze, still managing. Jeff Hinkle still managing to keep him behind him. And looks like Jeff is actually pushing pretty hard. He is running a faster lap time every lap than the 5 car. Coming to 3 laps to go. AJ Gotze, this long green flag run, green flag pit stops, no cautions. He has managed to open up a substantial lead, but the last few laps coming through lap traffic, David Garman is closing the gap substantially. Down to about 2 seconds on the back straightaway with coming to 2 laps to go. I don't know if David will have enough time. If the 5 car catches enough lap traffic, anything is possible. 2 laps to go. Caution is out. They will go to a green-white checkered. This is not what AJ wanted to see. All right. Looks like the 55 just got into the wall just a little bit on the front straightaway. Spun. Got loose, spun, and it looked like he might have got into the 995 of Bill Percy. And that brought us under what will probably be our final caution, but we will probably see a lot of green flag pit stops here. We will probably see a lot of pit stops, guys trying to get that last set of tires, looking for any advantage. All right, let's see if the leader ducks onto pit road. Everybody else is going to do whatever he does. If he stays out, they will as well. Nope, AJ is coming to pit road. All right, looks like just about all the lead lap cars are on pit road. We've got AJ Gotze, David Garman, Aiden Trevette, Kyle Holden, JJ Parr, Zach Henson, Jeff Hinkle. Looks like Steven Gibson, nope, he's coming down pit road as well. And let's see if we can talk to Mr. Henson. Hey, Zach, this is Doug in the booth. You got me?
Yep. Yeah, I got you.
Hey, buddy. That caution flag, I know nobody really wanted to see it, but that definitely plays into your hand. You were really fast on fresh tires. How far up do you think you can get from here?
I'm gonna try to go for a top three. You know, AJ and JJ and Rusty. They're all fast. So
Well, you definitely been one of the fastest on the fresh tires. And with a green-white checkered, it's going to be the guys that are the fastest on the fresh tires. So hopefully you can get up there, buddy.
all right, we'll see what happens.
All right, best of luck, bud.
All right, appreciate it.
All right, that was the 24 of Zach Henson. He was fast on every restart tonight, picked up several positions along the way. Looks like Harley Barletta slips back to 9th place. He's got some damage on the back. He did not stop. We'll see if he dives in here at the last minute to get a repair and some fresh tires. Doesn't look like he'd lose a whole lot of position if he did so. As the 8 of Cheryl Newman ducks down to pit road. And it does look like the 55 will get a wave around here in a second. Yep, there he goes. He will maintain the lead lap, be at the back of the field. Probably not as fast, but that should still keep him in the top 10 for tonight. So still can recover some points here. Speaking of recovering some points, the 32 of Jared Heasley is up in 15th. He's recovered quite a bit. And looks like he will actually get to claim 14th here shortly, with Cheryl Newman on pit road. All right, green-white checkered. AJ Gotze, David Garman, Aiden Trevette, Kyle Holden, JJ Parr, Zach Henson, Jeff Hinkle, Steven Gibson, Harley Barletta, and Richie West are your top 10. It's about to get crazy. Let's do the overhead view for this restart. And hold your breath, because once that pace car goes in, these guys are going to be giving it all they got for these last 2 laps. Looks like they delayed the green for a lap. Looks like we had some cars still trying to get lined up. A few ducked down onto pit road at the last minute. All right, now we have the 1 to green. Just an interesting side note about this track is that it is the site of Hayden DeSquish Burns' first iRacing win. So, if she was out there, she'd probably be dominating, showing AJ how it's done. All right, pace car will duck in this time by, I do believe. Did they delay it again? We will see here momentarily the scoring change, so they may have delayed it one more time. Looks like they did delay it one more time. All right, now we get a 1 to green. Yeah, hopefully this time it'll work out. All right, we went through the top 10. Looks like Larry Ashby in the 34, still on the lead lap and currently being scored in 10th place. Great job to Larry. Steven Gibson in 11th, Rick Sargent 12th, Jason Rome back there in 13th. Jared Heasley's managed to move up into 14th. Cheryl Newman 15th, Matt Johnson 16th, Brian Oshinska 17th, and Bill Percy currently in 18th, and Kevin Reed in 19th. Topher, Kellen, Nicole, and Mike Smith are all off track. All right, we are still on 1 to green, it looks like. We will get the green flag this time by. They are bunching up at the front. Those of you watching at home might want to buckle in for this one. Pace car is in. Everybody's got fresh tires. They are buckled up tight. Green flag is in the air. AJ gets a good jump. Aiden, the kid Trevette, down, moves up into 3rd place. As they come off of turn 2, Aiden drops down way low, gets way loose, pushing extremely hard. 18 of Kyle Holden coming right up behind him. 11's going to try and hold him off. It is AJ and David Garman up front, 1 to go. Will David go full send into turn 3 and try and pull this off? He has a run off of turn 2. Is it enough? No, he can't get to him by the time he gets to turn 3. Coming off turn 4, he's got to run again, but he just can't get there. It is AJ Godsey for the win. David Garman comes home 2nd. Aiden Trevette 3rd. Kyle Holden 4th. JJ Parr manages to pull off the 5th place finish. Zach Henson 6th. 7th place is Jeff Hinkle. 8th is Harley Barletta. He managed to pick up a couple of spots. They are celebrating or something up there. Stephen Gibson comes home 9th. Richie West is 10th. Larry Ashby 11th place finish. That'll be a great points night for him as well. And you see Zach Henson there giving a little bit of a push to AJ. But it is AJ Godsey wins the night. AJ, this is Doug in the booth. Burn him down, buddy.
I'm working on it.
Well, congratulations. That was a dominant performance tonight.
Yeah, I've been feeling really good. This is one of the tracks I have circled on the schedule for sure.
So, you've got the lead. You probably opened up a little bit more on Kyle. He came in 4th tonight, so you've opened up that lead a little bit. You've pretty much opened up the lead on everybody going into Chicago, so are you going to be taking it easy on them next week?
I don't ever take it easy, Doug. I'm always hungry.
(10-4). Well, congratulations on another dominant race and continuing to lead the points, man.
Thanks.
All right, that was AJ Godsey. Let's see if we can talk to David Garman real quick in 2nd. Hey, David, this is Doug in the booth. You got me?
What's going on, Doug?
Hey, man, with the white flag, it looked like you might have had something for AJ there at the end, but coming off 4 just wasn't enough. With any thoughts on that one?
Nah, that was a good run to the end. I mean, I'm pretty sure we were both throwing down qualifying runs on that one. So I got tight coming out of 4 on the first lap and then loose out of 2 on the second. So that didn't set me up for much success. So, but good win for AJ, and I'll take it 2nd place after my last 2 results. So.
And just to the last lap, you ran the fastest lap of anybody the entire race with a 22.4. You even beat AJ. That was his best lap with a 22.57, and you ran a 22.43.
Well, I could feel it. I was pushing, so it was good. It was a good way to win it. If another 2 laps, I might have had him, but who knows?
All right,
but
man.
Move on, and we'll go on to wherever we're at next. I can't remember.
Chicagoland. All right, man. Well, congratulations. Definitely a better points finish than the last couple of weeks.
Yeah. Thanks, Doug. We'll see you later.
All right, man. All right, that was David Garman, 2nd place finisher tonight in the 06 car. And Man, what a race. That long green flag run, two of them back to back, and nobody expected green flag pit stops tonight. So impressive racing by everybody. Rough night for a few people, but great win by AJ Godsey tonight here at The Rock. Thank you all for tuning in. Don't forget to tune in for some dirt racing tomorrow night. Outcast Boys start at 8:30 Eastern, back-to-back doubleheader. Tuesday night we will have the XCal Racing League, and Wednesday night we have Northeast Racers, followed by the Outcast SRA guys. So definitely tune in for all of that throughout the week. You can tune in for some race streams, and the podcast will be out tomorrow with the iRacing schedule for this week. Thank you all for tuning in, and have a great night.